So, I'm still in massive amounts of debt. Rumble has stopped talking to me, and I'm just kind of grinding on YouTube, trying to make the difference and survive here. But hey, got invited to Mar-a-Lago again, so that's where we're going.
The children sing aloud to music till the wick burns out. Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams.
Here with Enrique Tario from prison to Mar-a-Lago. We're here in Mar-a-Lago right now. I just wanted to kind of put the camera on you and just kind of ask you, man, how does it feel? Go through what you went through, now finally being free.
Dude, it's still not real to me that 2 weeks ago I was sitting in solitary confinement, just I'm like, what? I knew the pardon was going to come in because promises made, promises kept. I'm like, well, how long is this process going to take? Is it going to take a week or two? And here we are, 2 weeks ahead, and I'm sitting at the house of the leader of the free world. So I really do appreciate. I got to thank God for this moment. I appreciate my family, and obviously I appreciate President Trump, who said that he was going to look at these cases on a case-by-case basis, and he did. And he saw that in every single case in January 6th, the justice system was rigged against us. And the only remedy to that was giving us a pardon or commutations. So, I'm really happy, dude. I can't explain. It's hard to explain. It's a dingy cell, dark, damp, and now air conditioning, gold chairs. It's great.
It's a little bit different of a situation and circumstance that you're in right now. Was there any time throughout your kind of stint that you lost hope or thought that there's no way out of this?
So I'd lie to you if I tell you that I didn't have a roller coaster of emotions through this whole thing, but there was always hope. So we had a I'm going to say this again, I wasn't there, So I knew we were either going to beat them at the appellate level, at the Supreme Court level, or President Trump was going to win. I got what I preferred, because I preferred to get a presidential pardon, because it was the biggest middle finger that you can give in such a situation. But there were moments but I did have hope. I guess that's the important part.
I was going to ask you, how do you think Trump's doing right now? Because there's a big battle unfolding right now with the FBI, as they were given kind of information sheets to say, hey, were you a part of investigating J6? And it looks like 40% of the Bureau was actually involved in this larger case. And they, of course, went after you when you weren't even there. But how do you think Trump is handling everything here? And do you think there's going to be any kind of actual justice here?
So I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't been able to keep up with the news, but I have read what you're talking about. I'm trying to confirm with my attorney if specifically our prosecutors and FBI agents were fired, but it's a great first step, and I know things take time, so I'm not saying anything, but that shouldn't be the final step. They should not only be fired, they should be investigated, and I believe if they're investigated, I think that they're going to be charges, they're going to be convicted, and if they're convicted, they should be put in prison. Because the people that made, I went through a lot of crap, but one gets used to that crap. You get me? I've said this before. The nefarious part about it is how easily one gets adapted to it. So the people that were actually suffering was my family. So the people that made my family cry, those people have to pay for those crimes they committed. And I hope to God that our new Attorney General, which was just confirmed about 2 hours ago, does something about it and investigates these people. I'm not asking for just retribution for retribution's sake. I'm asking for retribution because a crime was committed by the U.S. government, and those people that committed those crimes have to pay.
want to do a full video with you where we go into your future, what's next, the times, the stories. So I know you got a lot of them. We're going to save that video for another time. But before getting out of here, it's also just important to remind people: the prosecutors came to you and said, "Give us Donald Trump, and we'll let you go." You said no, and then they had you in jail for
22 years.
22 years, which is crazy.
And it went even crazier than that because it wasn't like they're asking me, well, tell us the truth and we'll set you free. They kind of just sat across from me and slid this paper across, and they're like, this is a story. If you say this, you'll get out at your next bond hearing and you won't do a single day in prison. So I don't know if I could cuss here, but I told him to go kick rocks.
Yeah. Wow. Very bold move, since, of course, we also know, I don't know if you saw this breaking story, they also went to Epstein, offered him the same kind of deal that they offered you, and then the whole Epstein thing didn't really work out. But
thank God I didn't get Epstein.
Yeah.
I would never, just for the record here, with Luke as my witness and you guys, I would never kill myself.
Enrique, thank you for standing strong. Thank you for doing the right things. Many people would have saved their own butts and would have been like, Trump did it, Trump organized. You didn't do that. You stick to your guns. And now I think you have some retribution in this pardon. It's good to see you out. We interviewed you before you went in, and we're going to do a full interview. Anything else you'd like to say?
I'd like to thank you guys specifically because you guys were our warriors. You guys fought for us. And the reason why I'm standing here today is partially because of you guys. So I thank you. I thank you, Luke, not for supporting me as not just on a friend level, but supporting me because it's the truth and it's the right thing to do. So I thank you.
Enrique, thank you, brother. Good
thank
to
you.
see you out.
What you got there, Luke?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Luke is walking out of Mar-a-Lago with Luke, you gotta leave the furniture, man. You can't just take things,
I got
man.
IRS bills to pay, all right?
What do you got there? Show us. What'd you take? Oh.
All right, buddy. Call me and we'll
Yeah,
touch base.
his hands are a little full. He's stealing stuff.
Sure.
And we could be stealing this. He's like, I'm bringing this for Roger. Make a deal.
You're helping the
10 to
immigrants.
20 for stealing presidential relics.
They're just walking out of here with stuff.
You're my accomplice now, Adam. you're
Luke, what a guy. Everyone knows Luke. What a guy. Some say he's a lightweight. I think he's the man. I don't know. You've seen him before. You've seen him again.
Definitely a lightweight.
Not a lightweight, if you ask me. You've seen him on January 6th. All the greatest hits, the insurrection, everything. If you're looking for an unvaccinated semen donor, he's your guy.
Damn right.
That's right. Bang, bang.
Wow, talk about a wild, crazy night. I got the felon seat, surrounded by all the people that were raided or arrested or indicted. I only got interrogated by the FBI, so my stories weren't as cool, but always an honor to be with so many legends in there. Shouts out to Tony Delgado, Latino Wall Street, for inviting me. I had a +1, so I invited Roger. He's a legend. And man, I think the next 4 years are just going to be wild and crazy. We are already seeing a major kind of tug and war between the FBI and Donald Trump. Expect more wildness in the next 4 years, as I think we're only going to be engaging in, I think, the wildest times of American history. Stay tuned for more.